Hello everybody, Ian Robson here. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Ian. Alright, so a couple things have happened since the last time we've done one of these things. One of the biggest things that has happened is YouTube Red. So let me just tell you what YouTube Red is. So this is a new service that they just released. It's only available to people in the United States. And the way it works is basically you pay a monthly subscription to YouTube and then you get it ad-free. And you also are able to download videos from YouTube to watch on your mobile device for later. So that sounds really cool, which is why a lot of people are kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. Now, if you do not want to pay for YouTube, you will continue to use the service the same way it is. It doesn't change at all. It's just gonna, if you watch the advertisement sort of thing, it's just gonna be the same thing you've always had. It's not gonna change in that regards. However, for those people who are willing to pay for YouTube, which is going to be called YouTube Red, you'll pay, I think it's like $10 a month you'll pay, and you can watch YouTube ad free. And you can also download, like I said, and there's a couple other things I just can't remember them off the top of my head. Also, YouTube is bringing some like YouTube only content. I think there's something with PewDiePie and a couple other people on there. So that's basically what YouTube Red is. So a couple people have asked me about this. I think Chris asked me about YouTube Red and what it was, because I've been posting some stuff on Twitter about it. So it is, that's what it is basically. So if you don't want to pay for it, you just continue to use YouTube the way it is. Now a lot of people are kind of like, whoa, well, why would I pay for YouTube when I can just use like an ad block or something like that? The idea behind it is if you pay for YouTube, you'll be supporting your favorite artists or entertainers, whatever you want to call them. So for example, the way it works right now is if you watch, let's say more of PewDiePie's or more of Enter Elysium's content, theoretically they'll get more money based on your subscription. That's the way it's supposed to work. There's more to it than just that, but that's like the general idea of it. So like they're gonna, calculate and crunch the numbers and all that jazz, and it's gonna go from there. Now there was a little bit of confusion in relation to it because people weren't sure whether it was going to be based on watch time or if it was going to be based on something else. That wasn't clear. I haven't looked into it since then, and I don't know if they've actually clarified 100% yet, but keep an eye out for that. It's kind of interesting. That's probably the biggest thing in relation to YouTube Red. It seems pretty cool, but not everybody wants to pay $10 a month for it. It's basically like paying for Netflix. So take it as you will. You don't have to pay for it. You'll just get the same service if you don't pay for it. Don't worry about it. So that's the little thing about YouTube Red. I would suggest if you're curious about it, search it up on the internet. Enter Elysium did a really cool video on his thoughts on YouTube Red, and I'll put a link in this. I'll put a link for that video. It'll be, let's see if I can do this, up there. It'll be a link to his video talking about it, and he does a much better job of articulating it. And that's primarily because it actually affects his job, which is YouTube, quite a bit. So if he doesn't pay attention to these types of things, he could be out of business, so to speak. So yeah, that is there's actually created a pretty big ripple over the YouTube land for people who do it full time, primarily because one of the things you get is a full month, 1 month free. And the YouTube people are like, well, do we get paid for that 1 month sort of thing? So it's like, if your job is dependent upon YouTube, then you have to ask yourself these questions and be like, okay, like, do you get paid during the 1 month free, or what happens there? As far as I know, I believe they're compensating people for it, but I don't know. The other thing to note is if you pay for YouTube, if you pay for Google Music already, through that subscription service, as far as I remember reading, it transfers over to YouTube Red. So you'll get both services for $10, it seems like. I don't know if it's the other way around as well, though. I'm not sure if you get YouTube Red, do you get YouTube Music as well, or you get Google Music as well, so don't know about that. Anyways, that's a little bit about YouTube Red. In the Farming Simulator land, the Farming Simulator Gold add-on has come out now, and a lot of people are very pleased with the map so far. I've seen a few people play on the map already, and I've done, for example, a quick little review of the mods that you get within the DLC, and I'll put a link to that up there. And if you're curious about checking out that review, it's about 20 minutes or so. But they did a really good job on the DLC. If you like Eastern European equipment, so that's going to be the key. So I know a lot of you aren't from Eastern Europe, so a lot of you are from the United States, so the equipment probably doesn't interest you that much, which is fine. I know, for example, I was talking to Bob the other day, and he's like, not my style, which is cool. Like the JCB DLC, a lot of people were really pumped about that because, you know, that's a lot of people who live in England, and a lot of people in North America use JCB, so it was really, really amazing in comparison. So, you know, Eastern European, if you're from like Germany or maybe Austria or something like that, you might be more interested in the equipment, but if you're from North America, you might be like, I like the map's cool. It's still definitely worth the money. If you like the Eastern European stuff, I definitely say check it out. It's $20 Canadian. I don't know how much it is in other currencies. You could check that out for yourself. But so far I'm very pleased with it. Thank you again, Stuart. Much appreciated. I was gifted the game, or the DLC, so I appreciate that very much. The other big news is the Farming Simulator console and wheel is out for a few people now. So if you are going, I don't know, some people already have it. Let's see. RD Allen has the wheel and side console already, and I think there's somebody else. I don't know. Yeah, there's at least one other person. I think there's one other person who has it as well. And RD Allen did an unboxing of it. It looks pretty cool. It's still not shipping in Canada yet, so I will not get it for a while still. But once I do, I will do a little review of the side console, because I am not getting the side console and the steering wheel. I do not need another steering wheel sitting around in my office. So, all right. So that's the big thing about Farming Simulator Gold and the side panel, of course. So a lot of people are pretty excited about that. A lot of people aren't sure about it either. They're all kind of like, it's a lot of money. So like I've said this before, and I'll say it again. If I were to buy another G27, I could do that rather than buy the side panel in Canada, to put it in perspective. So I remember I think I paid like $230 for my G27. So just for the side panel, I could pay $240. So keep that in mind. It is a bit on the pricey side. Some people consider it a cash grab. It better, if you're paying the money, it better be darn good. And I've heard some rumors, I don't know though, I have heard some rumors that the wheel only works with Farm Sim. Ridiculous, if that's the case. I'll have to double check that with Randy and see if it is actually the case or not, because if it is, I'd be like, take it back. I don't want it. Like seriously. Like I play Farm Sim a lot, but I do play other games that drive. For example, this weekend I was playing Project Cars, and if I had a Farm Sim wheel and it didn't work in Project Cars, then I'd be like, oh, now I have to get a second wheel. That would be just really, I don't know. Like again, this is just a rumor right now. I'm not 100% on it yet, but we're gonna find out. I'm gonna ask Randy, see if he can't give me the down low on that one. So, yeah. Anything else in Farming Simulator Land that happened this week? That was probably the biggest news that really happened. A lot of people were really pumped about that. So, yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing that really happened. So, yeah, cool. Anyways, I think I've found another map we're gonna switch to now. I probably will keep around Valley East because I just like the style of that map. But I found another map we'll start playing on. If you know any good American maps, I think people said Black Rock Valley. I need to double check that one again. But Black Rock Valley is the one I'll probably check out. And then I have another map I looked at today that looked pretty good. So anyways, folks, that'll be it for me with Coffee with Iain. One more sip. My name's Iain Robson. This has been Coffee with Iain. And if you enjoyed yourself, hit that subscribe button.